What's up, Dobsters, Dob Marleys, Dob Decky Hedrons? We're here to go over this week. We'll start out with the challenge like we did last week. I'm 1-0 in that league. I'm winning this week. I'm playing a rebuilding team. He doesn't really have anybody. Um, some mistakes I could have made. I could have played Goff over Bryce Young, but I didn't think that Chicago would get 52 points and 5 touchdowns to Jared Goff. Here we are. I even wrote that in my notes right here. Should have started. Should have started. Troy Franklin scored 20 fantasy points. I left him on the bench, but I mean, I had Drake London, Roma Dunze, JSN, and Romeo Dobbs. I wasn't going to start Troy Franklin over any of those people. Dobbs did get a touchdown. If he didn't, then maybe. But I mean, who knows? I still need linebackers. I think I only scored like 9 points with my linebackers still. So still looking for linebackers. Hopefully one gets injured and then I could use one. I only had Roman Dunze go over the 28-20 mark. He had 28.20 mark, 28.30 points. I think Bijan Robinson also went over. It was kind of too late last night to write that down, so I'm pretty sure he went over like 20, 22 points, something like that. He had a good game. Tyler Algier, of course, vultured a touchdown. That happens. I didn't need it this week anyway, so not a big deal. Go ahead with your challenge.
Alright, so currently I am losing 76 to 105, so probably not a lot of hope in this one. Not a lot of players went off for me, except Puka Nakua's 2 straight weeks I had 20 plus points with them. I got an interesting trade for Puka, but I'm probably not going to accept it. Maybe later at the end of the show I can go over it. Maybe someone can leave a comment and see what their opinions about it are. But I do have a couple of people tonight. I still have Justin Herbert, Emeka Buka, and 2 linebackers, I believe. But just a very low scoring for my team and my bench. I will say Arizona's kicker, Chad Ryland, 2 straight weeks with 10 points. So maybe if you need a kicker, he can help you out there because he seems consistent.
Chad Wright.
Chad Ryland. But yeah, nothing really crazy. Like I said, Puka, he got me 21. I have Justin Herbert, so I don't have a quarterback at the moment. Chuba Hubbard got me 16 and a half. But everybody else, single digits. And yeah. I had Trevor Lawrence on the bench. I probably wouldn't have started him over Justin Herbert anyway. So hopefully Justin Herbert gets me more than 21 points. But yeah, my bench was still pretty lackluster. I could have started like maybe Michael Wilson over one of my receivers, but I don't think I would have done that anyways. All my running backs did pretty low. So yeah, pretty lackluster week 2 for me, especially in this league of the challenge.
Did not start Kate Otten this week.
Oh, I'm not going to start Kate Otten again.
Looking to trade.
Yeah, even if he goes off, I'm just going to start whoever else that's on my roster.
All right, so now we're going to our other league called Champions. I'm 0-1 in that league because of my stupid linebackers. I'm losing, or no, I'm actually up 79.80 to 78.45, so about 1 point. We both have 3 players left. The dude has Bucky Irving, Ladrick McConkey, and Levante David. And I got Baker Mayfield, Emeka Egbuka, and Brock Bowers. Thinking I should win that, but you never know. Maybe Bucky gets all the touchdowns. We'll see. Zach Charbonnet, unfortunately had 1 whole point this week. I could have started Michelle Tootin or Blake Corum, but I didn't know they were going to play, honestly. I was waiting for both of them to actually, get some carries, and then they did this game, and they did better, but it is what it is. Kenneth Walker, took over that backfield.
Big Ken Walker game.
Big Ken Walker game. Surprise, he's my one of my big players for this week. I picked wrong between Khalil Shakir and Cooper Kupp. It's not that much of a points, but I actually thought Shakir was going to have a great week this week. Didn't really have any receivers. Keon Coleman, I felt like was going to get blanketed by Sauce Gardner, which he did. So I felt like Khalil Shakir was going to have a big game, but he did not.
It's kind of 2 lackluster weeks for him.
Yeah, 2 lackluster weeks for sure. And he did not help me out in over-unders or, DraftKings, DK. One of my guys, Malik Neighbors, I had him. He had 33.20 points. And then the dude that I'm playing had James Cook, and he had 26 points. Those are the two people that went over 20 for both of our teams.
All right. Last week, if you tuned in, this was the league I just didn't really need to talk about because I'm in complete rebuild mode. Currently losing by a lot. Don't need to embarrass myself about the score.
It's 66.
Yeah. The only thing I can be proud of on this team for this week was two of my, I guess, sleeper starts. I started Keyshawn Butte, got 8.10 points for me. And the other one was Elic Emmer. Do you know how to say his last name? Emmer
Iomander?
Iomander? Elic Iomander.
I thought he was white. He's not.
But anyways, he got me 13.5 points. So that's two good starts for that. But everyone else, pretty lackluster. Just getting my butt kicked again this week. Got 2 first-rounders next year and a couple of young guys. So hopefully next year will be better. I do have Omari and Hampton to play tonight. But he's going to have to get like a 70-point game for me to win.
World record.
Yeah, world record.
The last league that we have is our friend Evans. I'm up by 28 points. I have Brock Bowers and the dude has Bucky Irving. Justin Fields did not play well for that guy. He got him 4 total points. Like I said before, being a Bears fan, I knew he was going to sink. He might have those games where, he has he still had 2 rushing touchdowns and 48 yards, but his passing yards isn't there, and that's a consistency for him. I had Malik Neighbors, who in this league got 51.20 points, and then Roma Dunze as well, who had 38.80 points. My IDP, once again, didn't do well. I can't draft IDPs. I don't even pay attention. I'd rather have leagues without IDPs, but it's okay. It's whatever. The dude that I was facing, he had Jamar Chase, who went off for 47.50 points, kind of matched Malik Neighbors. I could have started Jalen Warren for, once again, Zach Charbonnet. 20 points compared to 1 point. And then he also could have played Trevor Lawrence over Justin Fields, 25.95 points to 4 points. Looking like I'm going to win, once again, going against Bucky Irving, but I'm up 28, and I do have Brock Bowers, so even if he, goes out with whatever injury he's dealing with, the knee strain, I still think he'll get his couple catches before he goes out, if he goes out. Tough dude, though, like me, some Brock Bowers.
And I am currently losing big week 2 trend going on. 105 to 149. I do have 2 players left, and I believe he doesn't have any. My 2 players are C.J. Stroud and just saw it. Who was it? Omari and Hampton again. Unlike him, I picked a good defensive player. He got me 20 points. Most of my players did do pretty well. The only one that kind of was a little lackluster this week was Kyron Williams, my lowest scorer. The theme of this week was, man, did I have a lot of points on my bench.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I had 2 quarterbacks on my bench, which was Jordan Love and Bryce Young. One had 33, one had 28. I mean, who knows? Maybe C.J. Stroud gets that as well, but it's just sad to see when you have that many points on the bench.
The Bucs do have a kind of weak defense against the pass. So.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't have done this anyways, but J.K. Dobbins outscored Kyron. He had 7 more points. I had Devontae Adams on my bench. He had 29 points, and the biggest killer, which I cannot find him right now. Oh, right there. Is Tucker Kraft. I had him on the bench, and he had 38 points, and Travis Kelce didn't get near that at all. So, sad to see. Hopefully I can pull it out. Like I said, I am down
wow, your other IDP scored 16 points.
Well, I know defense players.
Apparently.
But anyways, he's projected to win, but he doesn't have any players. I have 2. In this league, scoring is a little very easily to get to like 30 points a person. So who knows? Maybe it'll happen.
Big ups to Tucker Kraft. I'm a fan of him, even though I'm a Bears fan. He's a really good player, actually. He just finds open spaces and just keeps running. I see him, I hate to say it because he's white, but like a Jason Witten type. He just catches the ball, can do a little bit of everything, and kind of runs through tackles randomly. He looks very slow when he's running, but pretty good. Good for Tucker Kraft. So I didn't get to do any snap shares because the website I usually use was down. I have to look it up what I use. I forgot what it was called. But I can explain the logo. It has like a sunny face with like a grimacing face on it. Let me know what that's called. I forgot. Sunny grimacing snap shares. But anyway, I'll probably do that on Saturday while I'm doing DK and my over-unders. So I'll keep you informed on those. Just any surprising or interesting ones that stood out to me. The top 5 QBs this week was Jared Goff, 37.30. Russell Wilson, 34.80. Drake May, 28.60. Lamar Jackson with 28.55, and Daniel Jones with 26. Another good start from Daniel Jones, and I actually saw an interesting stat on my lunch today. Daniel Jones has 2 starts and 0 touchdowns, or sorry, 0 picks, 0 turnovers, and what was the other thing? There's 0 turnovers and something else, and Peyton Manning only had 1 in 227 starts for Colts. 227 starts a lot. Nah, he did play well. No, he went to the Broncos. I don't know. But it was, I should have fact-checked that, but it was pretty crazy that Daniel Jones is tearing it up for Indianapolis. That's, I guess, my main point. Top 5 running backs this week was Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor at 28.50 points, James Cook at 26 points, Devon Achane at 22.20 points, Javonte Williams at 22 points, and Christian McCaffrey at 19.70 points. Achane with another strong game. I think last week it was more mixed between rushing and receiving. This week was more receiving. Good to see James Cook come through, get a couple touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor as well. Top 5 receivers this week: Amon-Ra St. Brown with 3 out of Jared Goff's 5 touchdowns. By the week, Tyreek Stevenson was covering him on all 3. 34.70 points. Malik Neighbors with 33.20 points. Jamar Chase with 29.50 points. Rome Odunze with 28.30 points. And Wan'Dale Robinson with 24.20 points. Wan'Dale was I guess a surprise, especially with Malik Neighbors also going off. Rome Odunze, was kind of a surprise, mostly the 2 touchdowns, but, I've been high on him since we drafted him. I think Rome Odunze will continue to kill it this year. Tight ends this week, we actually got somebody over 12 points, 3 of them actually. We got Tucker Kraft at 21.40, Zach Ertz at 15.40, Jawan Johnson at 13.40, Jake Ferguson at 12.80, and Trey McBride at 10.80. Good to see Jake Ferguson coming alive, 12.80. He had like 9 receptions, 78 yards, I believe. I wrote it down, so I'll be talking about him shortly. Jawan Johnson, another strong game. It's kind of confusing because they have Olave back, they got Brandon Cooks back, they have Rashid Shaheed, and Jawan Johnson's killing it.
He's getting all those targets. Because last week, what was it last week?
Spencer Rattler's still throwing it like 40-something times.
Not find it. I think he had 16 targets last week, though.
16? That was Marquise Brown.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Jawan Johnson did have a lot.
Yeah, it was like maybe 15. Oh, here we go. He had 11 targets last week. I knew it was still pretty high.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess they love Jawan Johnson in New Orleans.
Spencer Rattler's not having a terrible year.
He's not. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. It's not too bad.
But he did not make my list of the 3 people that impressed me.
Right.
The first one, actually 2 of them, he kind of talked about a little bit, but I will, reoccur that. So my first one I did was James Cook. I know the Bills won pretty easily, and I think a heavy run game will always help Josh Allen, and they should probably kind of run the way the Chiefs are looking right now, and kind of the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens put up a big game, but they have a lot of question marks right now, even though they did win big. But I do feel like right now, as of week 2, still very early, maybe AFC is Buffalo's to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have a good balance of Josh Allen and James Cook, not only just obviously running the ball, but Josh Allen throwing it, I think it should be very easy for them. Over the week, he had 21 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He had 11 carries more than the next running back. That is including Josh Allen on the list. So let's see if week 3 brings James Cook. Hopefully the carries don't diminish and he keeps up the pace. My next impressed guy was Tucker Kraft that we just mentioned. I will back that up a little bit. I understand the Jason Witten comparison. I thought he looks quicker in routes. Maybe not top end speed, but he's a lot crisper in routes running than Jason Witten, in my opinion. But he had 7 targets on the game, 6 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown. Green Bay, in my opinion, I think they're looking for a top target. I don't think any of the wide receivers are stepping up to be that, so this is just my opinion. Could be completely wrong, but maybe Tucker Kraft is that guy that's going to be the number 1 option because he looked pretty good week 1 and he had an even better week 2. See what week 3 can bring.
Jay Reed did something to his shoulder. Pretty sure he's out for like 4 weeks.
I think it was separated, yeah. And my last one, before I get into the last one, I want because last week one of my disappointed segments was the star wide receivers of the league. This week, a lot of the star receivers showed up. We had Jamar Chase with a huge game. We had Malik Neighbors with a crazy game. Amon Ra with a crazy game. A lot of the star receivers kind of showed up last week. Besides, like, what was it? Maybe AJ Brown again in the Eagle. I don't know what's going on with the Eagles receivers right now. But anyways, back on topic.
Also, where are you at, Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, where you at, Justin Jefferson? But anyways, back on topic. My third person that impressed me, there was a lot of people. I chose Troy Franklin, though. The Broncos definitely seem to have been struggling a little bit, at least first 2 weeks. And I know Patrick Surtain just got hurt. Nothing to do with the offense, but that might mess up the defense. They might be down a little bit more. They're going to be throwing it a little bit more. He had 9 targets. He caught 8 of the targets for only 89 yards and a touchdown. But he led the Broncos pass catchers by 5 targets. So, the next lowest one, or the next one in targets was Cortland Sutton with 4 targets. So, I know, like I said, it's still only week 2. We'll monitor Troy Franklin, see what he does next week. But my disappointed people, one might be a little unfair. It is a rookie, but I did put Travion Henderson down. Yeah. This is 2 straight weeks where he's not involved.
Armando actually did pretty good.
Yeah. I didn't get... Oh, actually, I wrote it up here. So, week 1, he only had 3 rushing attempts for 10 yards. And week 2, it was 5 for 27. So, he's not in the game. I'm assuming.
Quinton Jones even have a better year or better stat this week.
Not
10 for 61.
Personally, I don't get it. Maybe he just doesn't fully understand the playbook, or they just want to go with the veteran of Ramondre for a little bit. But he is pretty abysmal. Not getting any. He has 8 receptions in the 2 games, but the yards are low. And actually, for the rushes on the year, Ramondre has more than him and Drake May. So he's currently the 3rd leading rusher by attempts. The second person that disappointed me was Aaron Rodgers. Coming off a really big week 1, that might have been the biggest talking point of week 1 was the Jets and Steelers game, and they both kind of sucked. Yeah. But anyways, week 1 went back down to reality. I wrote down he had a 58 quarterback rating, 18 out of 33, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He only had 6.2 yards per attempt, going back to his old ways, just dinking and dunking. I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers anymore. I wouldn't be surprised by like week 6 and 7, Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf are going at it. And then my last disappointed isn't a single person. It's just more of an unfortunate reality. I just did injured quarterbacks. One really affected my super flex. Well, 2 kind of might have really affected my super flex because I actually have Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels. So that's going to suck. But I know Joe Burrow was obviously drafted high or traded for top draft capital for great quarterback, but they're saying he can miss up 3 months with turf toe. Yeah.
Yes, so replace a ligament in his toe.
Yeah, a toe. It's crazy. But so
I don't think that's ever happened before.
Hopefully he heals up and gets back to it. Bengals. I don't even know if this sounds crazy, but they look pretty good without him still. Like I think Jake Browning is better or anything. I'm not saying that at all, but
I think that's why they extended Jake Brown, because he fits in the offense or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have T. Higgins.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Jamar Chase had 14 catches for like 160 yards.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, Joe Burrow is going to be out for at least 3 months. That's what they're saying. As of now, J.J. McCarthy had an ankle sprain. He's going to be out 2 weeks. It seems like he might be able to come back, but I know at least 1 week he'll be out. And the last one was Jaden Daniels. It says week 3, just uncertain, but he had a knee sprain. We'll see if he can play. I'd assume they're just going to bench him still early in the year. No need to make that knee sprain something more severe.
Who's Minnesota back up?
You said Minnesota?
Yeah.
I don't.
Who's coming in for JJ?
I don't know, but I can do a quick fact check if you want to start talking about the next thing.
Yeah, just curious. And then also, who's Jaden Daniels back up?
That's Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. All right. Let's give some people their flowers. Jared Goff, very efficient, 23, 28, 334 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Could do whatever he wants. Also, Jalen Johnson went out in the second quarter and looks like he's going to miss 4 to 6 games. Yeah, so...
What was his injury?
Groin injury. He might have surgery. He might not. Kind of hoping he has surgery, and looks like we're not going to have that great of a year. But we'll see. I'll get to that. Obviously, I'll do my own little bear stain later in the week. But anyway, very efficient for Jared Goff. Do whatever he wanted. Russell Wilson, 30 of 41, 450 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 3 rushes, 23 yards. And then Mac Jones, 26 of 39, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. He also had 6 rush for 6 yards. He was a absolute limit on DK at 4,000. So that was a pretty good, pickup. Kenneth Walker, like you said, great game. 13 for 105, 1 touchdown, 1 reception, 13 yards. Javonte Williams deserves some credit this week. 18 rush, 97 yards, and 6 receptions for 33 yards. And then I did put one more, Tyler Algier, because he did have 16 rush for 76 yards. And I don't think that touchdown that he got at the end of the game was that long, maybe like 15 yards. So he was pretty consistent throughout. Going to receivers, everybody he mentioned, he did put Troy Franklin, as I did. That was a good game for him. Good for Troy Franklin. I do have him in the challenge, like I said.
And they have the Oregon connection, so maybe they'll continue to grow.
Could be. I have him, so let's hope. Wandale Robinson, 8 receptions, 142 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 9 receptions, 78 yards. Juwan Johnson, 5 receptions, 49 yards, and a touchdown. And Jatavian Sanders deserves his flowers. 7 receptions for 54 yards. Good target for Bryce Young. I think he had a pretty good game last week. Not 7 receptions, but probably like 3 for 40. Not too bad for Jatavian Sanders. People who did not do well, like you said, Aaron Rodgers. Won't go into that one. Josh Allen, I think this is more of like they had it in hand, so he didn't really need to do much. He did have 6 rush for 59 yards, but only 14 of 25 for 148 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Breece Hall was one of my bad ones this week. 10 rushes, 29 yards, and only 2 receptions for 9 yards. Derrick Henry, but like it was the same thing with the Bills. They were ahead. They didn't really need to use him. 11 rush, 23 yards. And then Chase Brown, I felt like had a bad game. 16 rush, 47 yards, and only 2 receptions for 18 yards. Not too good. And then these are important. Cortland Sutton, 1 reception, 6 yards. That's a killer. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. back to his old ways, my opinion, because of Kyler Murray. 2 receptions, 27 yards. And then Mark Andrews, another great game for him of 1 reception for 2 yards. And then T.J. Hawkinson as well, 1 reception, 12 yards. These tight ends back on the list again. And then not too good for those people. Sucks to have T.J. Hawkinson and Mark Andrews. And that's all I got.
And the game hasn't happened yet, but I'm assuming K. Dalton's going to get a goose egg.
Let's go for that K. Dalton goose egg for third straight.
But J.J. McCarthy's backup is Carson Wentz.
Oh, man. I forgot they have him. He might do well.
It's mobile.
Yeah, it could be a possibility. To me, J.J. McCarthy didn't look good. He didn't look good against the Bears. He didn't look good last night. Not too sure what's going on with him. I don't know. I mean, he's a rookie year. I'll give him that. So, like, no need to, like, worry and trade and cut. But you never know. I guess we'll see in, like, 4 to 6 weeks unless Carson Wentz balls out. So, we'll see about that. Anything else to add? No. Nope. Thanks for listening. Saturday, I'll keep you guys updated on the snap shares and then also DK and my over-unders. Wink. So let us know what your comments, what we want them to comment on. I felt like we wanted to comment on something we mentioned it earlier in the video.
Oh, yeah, I was going to go with that trade.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. That trade.
I had to bring it up. Sorry, not prepared.
I thought it was pretty interesting. It's just the players that he got.
Yeah, it's fair. I just don't know if I want to give up Puka. Because in this league, I have decent amount of young players, and I have decent amount of picks in the future. Just don't know if I want to give up. So I would just give up Puka straight up, I would give up Puka, and I would receive Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin, a 2027 second and 2028 first. So it's a decent haul. Not really in a rebuild. I know I would get 3 startable receivers whenever Brandon Ayuk comes. The only thing I'm really worried about is Brandon Ayuk not kind of coming back to Brandon Ayuk status, and I don't even know how long Terry McLaurin has. I know he just got re-signed, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, never really cared.
Yeah, I'll check the guy's team real quick, see if these draft picks would be any value. That's my team, sorry.
This guy's so good.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, it's the best team ever. Okay, yeah. I think I have some of his picks already. All right, yeah, his team's not that great, honestly. He does have those 3 receivers. I'd trade for him, honestly. He does have Lamar and Saquon, but I guess Alvin Kamara. But don't know. I don't think that would be a fully great trade for him. Like, I don't think it's going to make his team that much better.
Right. He does have Amon-Ra, so I guess he's thinking, like,
Saquon,
Amon-Ra, Lamar, Saquon. He's trying to win it all this year.
Yeah, but he's just not going to have any depth at the other spots. Oh, well. But, yeah, I'm probably not going to accept it anyways, but whoever is watching, if you'd like to leave a comment about that, we will try to read them as quickly as possible.
Yep. DOB Dynasty doing our best. Let us know if you have any comments. I'll see y'all next sometime this week. Probably talk about the Bears game. I'm not going to get mad or anything. Maybe.
Yet.
Maybe.